7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Hey, what's up, fam? Welcome back to this episode of 49 Faithfully. We're your hosts, Miriah Lee and Teran Lewis. TL, what's up, my guy? How you
What
doing?
up?
Happy Saturday.
Yeah, happy Saturday. I'm doing pretty good, I'm glad to hear everything is going well and within your four walls now. You got the wife back home. So, whether you believe in prayer or not, I feel like it works and I'm glad that she's home and she's safe and you guys are back together. I'm sure you were missing her laying next to you in
Yeah.
bed. So, and then two, before we start, I just want to give prayers to the families who had anything going on or had any family members in Hawaii, in Maui. This is it's too bad. Like, it's such a beautiful island, and when you're on an island, it sucks because you can't go anywhere.
Yeah.
Like, people were on fire. They were showing people on fire jumping into the ocean to get the
Yep.
fire out, get the fire off of them and stuff. It's wild. And
Our sister
I,
Tanya has family
yeah,
there. Her uncle
yeah,
lost his house, unfortunately, but
yeah.
hopefully they're
I
all
heard,
safe is the number one concern, right? That, all the loved
absolutely,
ones and
yeah,
families safe.
yeah.
Everything else could be
Houses,
rebuilt. But
yeah,
man, yeah,
you're
I'm
right.
watching those videos, like, man, I was like tears rolling down my eyes because I just feel
Yeah.
terrible for those people. Yeah.
Yeah, it's wild. So I looked this morning, and I don't know what the percentage is now, but from a day ago, the fire was 80% contained, and then they found 80 people who were 80 people have been found dead, unfortunately. And then I was talking to my Lisette this morning, my lady, and she was like saying that one of her coworkers um, has family over there as well, and some of the people got out safe, but they can't find her grandpa.
Oh no.
So I'm just like, so prayers for him. Hopefully he's okay and in the shelter or something. So much chaos there. Like, who knows if he's in somebody else's house
Yeah.
until everything goes down. Hopefully that's the case. I know a lot of people hit the airport and was chilling at the airport and stuff, but hopefully everything is okay with that, man. Like, just not knowing, like, that your family's just knowing some of your family's safe, but you can't find your grandfather
Yeah,
is
that's
is
terrible.
sad. So yeah. So prayers to everybody. I don't want to make it a sad day, but yeah, just want to put that out there.
Yep, I agree. And thank you for all the support that I received from my wife. Like, it was overwhelming, but in a good way, just to have so many people. Like, there were strangers that I don't follow, they don't follow me, like nothing. And they were coming out saying, like, I'm praying for your wife, all this stuff. So yeah, it was amazing, the support that we received. And like, I normally don't put our business out there. My wife,
Hmm.
she's very private, she don't like her business out there. um but I believe, and whether you believe in prayer, whatever, vibes, whatever, put something into the universe. When you have that many people coming together to put, all that on one person, I believe it definitely does work. So, yeah, thank God my wife's home. She's still not doing great, but she's doing better that, she can be home now. She'll start physical therapy next week, and hopefully they'll start, she's just still really dizzy, like super dizzy.
Hmm.
So hopefully they'll get her crystals, whatever it is inside her head, aligned
Yeah.
and get everything going back to being good. What's up, chat? See you guys. Appreciate you guys being here. Bebop, Baroni, what's up? Tanya, what's good? Don, what's up? Chrissy, Christy, what's up? Good to see you. I haven't seen you in a while. Throwback, Stevo, Melissa, what's up? What's up? Hope everybody's doing well this Saturday.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, Saturday show, an early show. So that's kind of why our shows were, we weren't around this week because obviously I was at the hospital and, dealing with all that. So, but yeah, I needed for myself too to just take a break to talk
Absolutely.
football, to get my mind off, to just get my mind somewhere else. So yeah, I thought it would be good to come on here and talk football a little bit. Um, so today, when we do our giveaways, we're going to do it like we did a couple of weeks ago, to where every person that wins, I'm going to put your name on the list, and then we'll do a final giveaway for those winners. So the final giveaway for the winners is going to be this numbered Fred Warner card and also this numbered Elijah Mitchell card. I like this Elijah Mitchell card. It's awesome.
Yeah.
So that's what the final giveaways will be for the winners. We're going to start off with this Drake Jackson giveaway. So get your numbers in the chat, 1 through 100. You know the deal. No duplicates. If my mods can please keep an eye on that. And yeah, go ahead and get your numbers in. Remember this week and moving forward to not put your numbers in till I actually say put your numbers in so that we don't have any confusion. I appreciate it.
All right. So the first number that we see on here is 22 by Tanya. So
All
everybody
right.
don't. So that's our
Sim,
first number.
I see you, Sim. What's good? Dave, the OG.
Oh
What's
nope.
up?
I'm
What's up?
sorry. I was wrong. This number's
Dawn.
already diluted. It's Dawn at 49. So start with Dawn at 49 and work your way down, chat.
Yep. David McNiner. What's good? What's good? Denise, I see you. Make sure if I missed anybody. Joey, what's up? What's up? Good to see you. So, yeah, let's kind of just give me your thoughts. We know that the 49ers are in our city right now.
Yeah.
They had some joint practices with the Raiders that I hear didn't go too great for the 49ers. Jimmy G, the reuniting of Jimmy G. And it seems that he had that he was looking like the best quarterback on the field. So that's kind of concerning. But just kind of give me your overall, like, how you feeling right now, from all so far, the training camp, where we're at, getting ready for our first preseason game. Just, what's your overall feeling on everything?
You made me want to sing right now when you said Jimmy reunited. I'm thinking about that song. It's the original song says reunited and it feels so good.
Mhm.
Didn't feel good this time because our ex quarterback was looking the best, and that's not what we want to hear. So, yeah, it's a bit interesting. Obviously, I had put out a tweet a few days ago, and everybody's like, "Oh, it's a concern with Brock Purdy, putting the ball in harm's way. This and that." To me, it's not a concern until it is. So, yeah, it's practice, yeah, this is and that, but people need to understand, like, last year, and I don't care, like, people we I don't like using dropped interceptions as a stat, but I will use it as a statement from what I want to say. So last year, Brock Purdy and I looked, he had 6 dropped interceptions, and then he had one that didn't count for against Tampa Bay that he caught, and that was caught, and what it counted interception, but there was a penalty on the defense. So then obviously we dismissed it, and we declined it, and then we got the ball as a first down. So, well, and going into that, I will say him putting the ball in the harm's way last year shows that he's that it's a habit. Okay, now that he's doing it in practice shows that okay, it's pretty much going over to what he did the last year. So yeah, and like I said, he went. I think he had like 13 touchdowns and 4 interceptions when the season was over. If those interceptions were caught, it would have been 13 and 10. 13 and 10, which would have been high. We're lucky. There was a lot of luck involved. We were blessed that those balls were dropped. So in saying that, I just hope that this gets cleaned up before week 1 against the Pittsburgh Steelers, because if those habits start to go over from last year, throwing it in harm's way, to now doing it in practice, it could be an issue going forward. But right now, it's not, because he's not doing it in real games. So that's what I will say about that. I'm gonna repeat myself. Brock Purdy deserves to be named the Week 1 starter. However, we're on Spaces, and I agree with me and Eric Crocker. We kind of agree. It's like, I'm not taking nothing about what Brock Purdy did, but I heard that Trey Lance has looked the best out of all the quarterbacks.
Mhm.
So here's my thing. If Brock Purdy's coming off an injury, we don't know what he is. Now, Brock Purdy was healthy. Okay, cool. He's also coming off an injury. He's putting the ball. He's looked the worst at all the quarterbacks. So if he's looked the worst from all accounts, 80% of the people said he's looked the worst. If he's looked the worst and Trey Lance has looked the best, why not see what you can get? And I'm not, and I get it. You can't. I'm not going to sit here and say that whatever Trey does in training camp and preseason is going to overtake it. But as a coach who invested so much capital into Trey Lance, why not see what you have in your investment and see what he can do with the first team reps? You know what I'm saying? Even if it's a 70-30, a 60-40, whatever the case may be, at least see what he can do. So if there is an injury to Brock or Brock's not looking well, he can come in and, do what he needs to do in games as well. Sam Darnold, I heard has looked pretty decent as well, but I heard he's looking more like he's playing it safe because he has 90 turnovers in 55 games with interceptions and fumbles. That's a lot of turnovers. So I heard he's playing it safe. He's doing a lot of short passes because he's just too scared to mess up.
I hear
So
that his processing looks like visibly slower than
yeah,
Trey Lance and
yeah,
Purdy as well. So
yeah. So he I heard,
he
yeah,
sits
I
there
heard,
on his first read, panic, second read, where's my second read, and then
yeah.
forget about it.
So yeah, so I'm just, I'm sick of all the going back and forth and the quarterbacks who should start. We already know who's going to start. So whether you want Trey Lance to start or whether you want Sam Darnold to start, whatever, Brock Purdy's getting the start. All we can hope for is him to stay healthy, but we need to understand that we need these quarterbacks behind them to be ready because of the simple fact that we know the injury history from this position, and I heard the O line has not looked good, which concerns me that Trey is going to get the start on Sunday with a shaky O line. That bothers me, but we still need to see what he can do. So, yeah, that's my take on it so far. As far as the quarterback situation, I heard the drops have been a mess.
Yeah.
The drops have been horrendous. Like jugs machines need to be like Oprah when she was giving out the you get a car, and you need to get on the jugs. You need to
And
get
I
on the
hear that
jug.
tight end
Tyron Latu,
yeah, did
yeah,
the worst.
yeah, and it's been shameful because the simple fact that like Trey Lance, these receivers, these weapons ain't are doing him a disservice. They're dropping so many of his passes, it's ridiculous. So
They've done that
yeah,
since we drafted Trey Lance.
yeah, and I hear and I can't stand he doesn't put enough touch on his pass. I'm sorry, North Dakota State receivers were catching his passes, so don't give me this foolishness of they can't catch it because he doesn't. No, if these dudes he's playing in North Dakota, he played with dudes who are not even getting any NFL looks.
Right.
So these NFL receivers need to be catching the ball. I'm sorry that they need to catch the ball. So yeah, I don't know. It's just an unfortunate thing for Trey. And before my last point, so I can stop rambling and let you go. I just feel like the whole Trey Lance thing. You know, it's unfortunate. NFL is not fair. I get that. It's not a fair thing. But it's just a simple fact that, and I've said this before on this podcast and I'm going to continue to say it again. It bothers me that so many fans on here don't think that no matter what Brock Purdy does, he can't lose his starting job unless he gets injured. But Trey Lance can go out there and look the best and, stack days, that they like to say, and doing all this stuff, but he can't do anything to get his job back. Like, I don't know, I just don't understand that logic. Like, you should be able to win your job back if you were named a starter just a year ago. So yeah, and then so when I made that tweet and said, man, it's unfortunate with Trey that no matter what he does tomorrow, he's going to get criticized because everybody, and it's funny because we're talking about this off air about Justin Fields. I guess he's looked really good today. He's thrown for like 3 touchdowns. So for Justin Fields, I've seen tweets. See, we should have got Justin Fields. He looks amazing today. People pick and choose when preseason counts and when it doesn't. When it fits their narrative, preseason is a big deal. When it doesn't fit their narrative, oh, it's just preseason. So Trey tomorrow, I feel, will go out there. Even if he balls, he can go out there, throw 3 touchdowns, 1 rushing touchdown, no interceptions. The narrative is going to be like, oh, it's second stringers. He didn't play against nobody. It's just preseason. Now, if he goes out there and fails and doesn't look good, see, this man can't execute. He's not an NFL quarterback. He's QB2, QB3. And that's what sucks. It's shameful for this 23-year-old young man that no matter what he does, he's going to get criticized because until the simple matter of fact is until we see it in real games, he's going to always get criticized.
Yeah. I mean, and I think that's where it comes when you hear football players talk a lot, they always are saying you can only control what you can control. You know, so Trey Lance he has to control, he can control. He has to go out there, he has to use whatever O-line he's given, whatever weapons he's given, like every other quarterback's doing in preseason right now. None of them have great O-line, so we can't just say, oh, Trey needs everything perfect around him. He needs to go out there, given the circumstances he's given, and ball out. You know, that's what he can control. Show that you put in all this work and leave no fucking questions. Yeah, fans are still going to talk. So fucking what? That don't matter to Trey Lance. That has no thing over this football team. So who gives a shit what these freaking, you know, fans are saying? They're talking shit about Purdy. They're talking shit about Trey Lance. Who cares? The kid can go out there. He can ball. He can do what he can do. Or he can go out there. He can fail. And we're going to see why the team hasn't put him as QB1. It's that fucking simple. I mean, it's not all this fucking conspiracy theories that everybody wants to put into this shit. Like, I'm so tired of, oh, they put out one statement and it gets twisted 60,000 ways to fit everybody's fucking narrative. It's just like, you know, like the same with reporters. Report what you're fucking seeing.
Exactly.
You know, how hard is it to say, oh, okay, Trey Lance threw a completion 5 yards to Ronnie Bell. There shouldn't be no other, oh, but if Ronnie Bell had to twist back and this pass was almost not caught, it was almost intercepted. And this is fucking training camp. Like, what are we doing here? Like, that's why I told you off air. Like, I've had to mute so many people on Twitter just because I'm not wasting my time and my energy, the little time I do have, to see these freaking people on Twitter talking stupid nonsense. They say the same shit every single day, whether it's Team Purdy or Team Trey. I don't know what happened to Team 49ers, but it's like a constant thing. Like, people from the time they wake up in the morning to the time they go to sleep are on freaking line fighting with each other over the 49ers quarterbacks. And they're out there laughing it up, talking, supposedly competing, yet we're all over here fighting and acting like freaking nutsos. Like, I just don't get it. Like, I guess that's where the fanatic comes into fan. Real quick, if you haven't gone into this giveaway, I forgot that I'm doing giveaways fast today, so this is going to be the longest one. Get in there, put your numbers in, because we're drawing it.
Yeah, Miriah is absolutely correct. I miss the days where 49er fans were united and we used to go at other fan bases.
Yeah.
Now we're
Like,
just
we're supposed
at
to be
each
fighting
other's throat.
Seahawks fans right now.
And
no,
Seahawks, Rams, and
we're fighting the faithful
amongst each other. Yeah, people. Steve was laughing at the nuts those thing. I'm thinking that there was a basketball movie. I can't think of the name. Oh, Above the Rim. There was a guy on there named Nuts. So you probably don't remember that, but yeah. But yeah, it's shameful how all this is played out. Izzy, to answer your question, I think even if he was healthy, I think Ray McCloud was on the bubble anyway. With the
We're
new
gonna come back to that. Wait.
On the questions, okay. I'll answer that later. The boss told me to stop.
That's why I started. All right, let's draw this winner. We're doing the wheel today. 100 spots, so make sure you got your right one. Good luck, everybody. $10.
How about them Niners? That's hilarious.
Lucky 10. All right, so let's see.
Okay, 49 was the
Hey,
first
Tony.
number.
Hey, Bryant. I see y'all.
Okay. I see Izzy with 15 so far. Has been the closest. Let me keep looking.
Jerry, I seen you that you're on vacation. Have a safe trip. Get back home safely. Appreciate you tuning in while you're in a different country. Jedi, I see you.
Okay.
And again, those that are just joining, for each winner of the giveaways, I'm going to put you guys on a list, and then we're going to do a final giveaway at the end for all the people that have won. And these will be the items.
So Izzy was the first one to put number 15, and how about the Niners came in late and put 15, but it's a duplicate, so you're disqualified. So Izzy is the winner with number 15.
Congrats, Melissa. And Melissa will be number 1 on the final wheel. Let me put her down. Where's my damn marker? Melissa. Melissa been lucky. Might be Melissa's season to take all the wins.
I know why she's 15 because of Juwan Jennings.
Let's get the next one going. And we are going to do Juwan Jennings. Second giveaway, Juwan Jennings rookie card. Get your numbers in 1 through 100. Good luck, everybody. Again, we're doing it short, so better get your numbers in there fast. All right. Now, what were we talking about? Oh, yeah. So Melissa had brought up, and this is something I had as one of the topics as well. And when we did our roster predictions, I had that Ray wouldn't even be on the team. So we do know now that Ray broke his hand. What they said, he's out 6 weeks, probably
8 weeks. Yeah, 8 weeks.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, Ronnie Bell's been, taking punt returns, kick returns during training camp already. Him and Ray were both working at it. So, I mean, I would assume he's the next in line. From all accounts, he's had a great training camp as well. So I just kind of see that if they were to cut him, he's not making it back to the practice squad. So that's why I had that we were going to trade Ray, but now he'll start on the injured reserve, pup, whatever the hell list, one of those lists. And then obviously then that makes it kind of easier because remember, that was one of the hardest decisions that we had trying to get, because we have a lot of good wide receivers on the team right now.
Yeah, we
do. And it's like, okay, we only have so many spots, right? So it's like, who's going to get cut? They're going to get picked up? Are we going to be able to stash any to the practice squad? But I mean, obviously we don't want to see anybody hurt, but it kind of makes it so that now we can carry another wide receiver. You know what I'm saying? Because Ray's, he'll eventually come off the list, off his pup list or whatever list. And at that time, then the 49ers will have a decision to make, right? Like if Ronnie Bell's been, if they choose him to take that spot of the returner and he's been killing it, do you just let Ray come back in and take over the spot again? I think at that point you look to trade him. This is the last year of his contract. That's what I would do anyways. What are your thoughts on the whole Ronnie Bell situation?
Yeah.
Or if somebody else can take over that spot,
Yeah. Yeah, well, I think to me, he was on the bubble as well. And people forget, like everybody talks about the return specialist that he is. But remember, the NFL made a change in the way they return kicks this year. So it's not as an important element as it used to be in the past, if that makes sense. So you said it right. The fact that he's on a 1-year deal, I mean, he's on the last year of his contract. It reminds me of the situation back when we drafted like Dante Pettis and forgot the other receiver. But anyway, when we got these new receivers in, and I kept telling people, Jeremy Curley's going to get cut. Nah, he ain't going to get cut. He's too much of a vet. I go, yeah, but he's on last year's deal, and you're not going to sacrifice on losing 2 like younger guys with talent to keep somebody that's, he's okay. I mean, I'm not saying he ain't good, but it's not like he's a Hunter Renfrow type receiver. You know what I mean? He's not like a Hunter Renfrow. Like he's solid, but you're not going to keep somebody who's 26 who is serviceable to dismiss somebody that's 21, 22 years old. You know what I mean? That can give you the same type of production. So I felt like he was on the bubble anyway. But the fact that Chris Conley's been tearing it up as a veteran, so you were looking for a veteran that other than the ones that you already have in Ayuk and Debo, you can get you a Conley who's a vet that's still about the same age as Ray, a little bit older. Then you also got a Danny Gray. Then you also got a Ronnie Bell. And you know how Kyle and them feel when it comes to their draft picks. They don't give up on them right away. So you got Danny Gray and you got Tay Martin that's been playing well. So it's going to be interesting. So I feel that Ray can be one of those things that And remember, we got Ray before we got Christian McCaffrey. So people kept saying, "Oh, he can be the Debo role. He can get." Now we got Christian McCaffrey. So we don't need.
And
To
we didn't
me,
even see Ray really used like that
No,
anyways.
that's what I'm
Kyle kept
saying.
saying, "Oh, I see him more than just a return. I see him as a wide receiver." And it's like we only seen him actually used when Debo was hurt. And it's like other than that, like we hardly even see him used as a wide receiver.
Exactly. And then you got, how about them Niners had the same thing. Jameson is a really good returner too. So that makes Ray's, importance even more less, I guess you can say. So yeah, I feel like we keep 6 receivers right now. If you want me to name them real quick, obviously it's Debo, Ayuk, I think Jennings, I think Chris Conley, Danny Gray, and Ronnie Bell. Those are my 6 that I think we keep. Because like I said, it's not like I said, Ray is hurting Ray. It's not like he has 2 or 3 years left on his deal. He has one year. He's in his last year of his deal, so he could be the odd man out, especially after the 8-week injury for him breaking his wrist.
Yeah. Real quick, let me say what's up too. We got 187 in the house. What's up, sir? Appreciate you coming through. We got TL's brother in the house. He says he's behind enemy lines in Texas.
I don't think I had a chance to tell you. No, I don't know. I don't think I had a chance to tell you. He just moved there.
Oh, what?
Yep, he just moved there. So he's in Fort Worth, Texas, with my mom now. So yeah.
Okay.
I'm here.
Well, congrats on the move.
I'm on my lonesome, but it's all good. I got
they
my
must
kids.
Have ran away from you.
Nah, it's just, I mean, when you go over there and you see how cheap the housing is and gas and all that stuff, it's on another level over there.
And you actually get property, and
you get everybody's
spitting on your neighbors, and What's up, Rick Diaz? I see you. Let's draw this winner. If you haven't got in there yet, get in there. Juwan Jennings. Let's draw. And then stick around so you guys can enter your new numbers once we do this. Let me figure out what the hell I'm doing.
And we still have that Samuel Womack to give for somebody who guesses it on the money, right?
No, Samuel Womack is for when we get 600 subscribers.
Oh, that's what that one was for. Okay.
Yeah. We'll do a giveaway for it once we hit 600. The Sam Womack Auto. All right. Come on. Get up there. Let's get it. All right. Good luck, everybody. This is for Juwan Jennings. $36.
All right, so Bryant Cope was the first one with his number in. Let me go down. 316. 7. Oh my, are you kidding me? Melissa got 38. Let me see can anybody get closer. That's crazy.
Melissa's been cheating. I think she has an inside source. Somebody's telling her, guess this number.
That's crazy. Let me see. I'm still looking.
She's a mod, so you never know.
My brother said he's going to knock out some Cowboy fans in his Niner jersey. That'd be hilarious.
Yeah, you got to let us know after the season how it was spending your first season there in Cowboy territory.
Yeah, it's Izzy again.
All right, Melissa, congrats. So now Melissa's on the final wheel, spots 1 and 2. I'll just stick this in your bag.
Yeah, let me know how that happens, bruh. You knock out some Cowboys fans in your Niners jersey. That'd be comical.
He's going to have his Niner jersey on in his booking photo. No one know what happened.
Let's see, my brother, me and him growing up is funny. Me and him used to not fight each other, but we grew up, in our neighborhood. We used to fight a lot. He was known as the one-hitter quitter because that boy got power. I'm more of a technician. Like I like to stick and move and jab and all this stuff. So the cops might not get there quick enough if he knocks him out with his one hit. I'm just saying.
Sim says Izzy rigged all the wheels. All right, let's do this, Nick Bosa. I have a big thing of Nick Bosa giveaways ready, one for Twitter and one for YouTube as soon as he signs his damn contract. But, you know. So get your numbers in 1 through 100, Nick Bosa. Let's talk about that. Trent Williams brought up in his presser yesterday how, you know, it was good for him and the O line to be able to go up against Max because, you know, obviously they're not able to go against Bosa in training camp like normally they would be, right? And, you know, we hear so much iron sharpens iron, but yet, you know, our star pass rusher is still not on the field. So, you know, that iron is going against, well, Drake Jackson's hurt, so not going against him either. So you're going against backup D line ends, you know, at least on the edge position. And you know, like, are we ready to be concerned about Nick Bosa? Like, I had no, I'm going to be honest, like, when I thought about Nick Bosa's contract during this offseason, you know, up until this point, never in a million years did I think we would be going into preseason game one and Nick Bosa still wouldn't be on the field. So, I mean, I know, yeah, obviously there's still time, but you know, Trent Williams is even bringing it up in his pressers that like that O line needs Nick Bosa to be going against, you know. So for him,
Yeah,
a leader on the team to be saying something, you know, like, you know, the fans want to sit here and act like, oh, it's no big deal. We can sign him right the week before the freaking game season opener. Again, we talked about this last week. You know, when does he need to get on the field to be able to get in football shape? He can't just roll out of bed. You know, yeah, he's keeping his body fit. We know. No, he takes care of his body like no other.
that's for sure. Yes.
But there's a huge difference between working out in the gym, working out, taking care of your body, and being in football shape.
Absolutely. Even John Lynch
So,
even alluded to that.
yeah, you know, so like, when do we start worrying about Nick Bosa?
Yesterday, to be honest. I mean, the fact that our right side of the line is just getting manhandled. I hear that they're losing 1v1s and all this other stuff. Like it's a concern, which is surprised. Like I really hope. You know, I had really high hopes for Spencer Burford, and I thought like him, huh? Oh, I had really high hopes for Spencer Burford. So I'm like, man, you know, this is going to be. But I heard that he's just been kind of okay, you know, and I heard like, we it's. I feel like we've been concerned with that right side of the line for so long. Like it's time to really address that. You know, I totally thought that Burford was going to be the right tackle and John Feliciano was going to be the right guard. Honestly, I still think that might be a better fit because John Feliciano has numerous games under his belt. But yeah, just like on both sides of the ball, iron sharpens iron. You know, we're blessed to have a Debo and Ayuk for our corner situation. We're blessed to have a Kittle and a Christian McCaffrey for the running backs, for the linebackers to learn how to cover and all this other stuff. Like we're blessed to have those kind of skill positions to make our defense better. But it goes the same way. When you have the best pass rusher, arguably in the game, I feel like it's T.J. Watt when healthy. But Nick Bosa to me is second. So if you got somebody who's that good, off the snap, his burst and his technique, he's such a technician. When you have somebody come like off the line, it sharpens iron, so it makes our O line better. So yeah, it's starting to be concerned. I know they're having people like Javon Kinlaw play edge and stuff like that, but it's not the same. Like we need somebody out there who's going to scare somebody. Now Drake Jackson's now he's hurt a little bit. Like it's a small injury, but still, like if he's not going to be out there, like who we got as pass rushers, like you're going to depend on. And this is not a knock to them; they're still NFL players, but you're going to be depending on a Kerry Hyder and a Robert Bill. You know what I mean to make your offensive line better. No, you need those guys out there. So yeah, it's a concern. We talked about this on our last episode. Like I'm just tired of these games with these elite players every year. Debo, Fred Warner, Kittle, just sign them. Like stop playing games. You know, have the money already negotiated. And I get it. It's a game of chess. Everybody wants to get the best deal. The Niners looking for the best deal. Bosa and his camps looking for the best deal. I get it. But at some point, you end up caving and paying these players anyway. So just give that man his money and bring him in camp. That's what it comes down to.
It's like, you knew going into this that he's going to be, probably the highest paid defensive player in the league. So, like, I don't know, because I'm just so weird with the 49ers when it comes to contracts and our big people, because yeah, they get paid, but we constantly hear them come out and say like, oh, the process was terrible. Like, you know, like they came and they offered, you know, a shitty deal. And yeah, of course you offer, you know, you work your way to the number, but it's like the 49ers come with that initial number and it's just like so shitty that the players are just like, wow, really? Like, you know, to where like it makes them start feeling some type of way. And like we've heard Kittle talk about it. We've heard Fred Warner talk about it. You know, like constantly these players are coming forward and talking about how stressful this situation is with the 49ers. And it's just like, you knew going into this, you're going to have to give them the fucking bag.
Exactly.
So what I don't understand, like why there has to be this game. Like you're not going to talk him down. You know, you're not going to make him the fifth highest paid defensive player. Like
Exactly.
he's not going to go for that shit. Like we know, like we just saw what kind of contract his brother signed, you know, and it may be a homer or whatever, but I think Nick Bosa is better than Joey.
Oh, he is. He is.
So why would you think that Nick Bosa is going to sign for any less? You know, it's just like, give him the money so he can get out there and this defense can get better, because from the sound of it, they couldn't even stop Jimmy G.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, I think right now that I think the highest paid defender, as far as defensive line, is Aaron Donald. But if you can get, I mean, I think he wants to be I think he's looking to be the highest paid at his position. So if you're looking at edge, you know, the standard is going to be TJ Watt. Okay. So maybe make it equal to that, maybe a little bit more, but give him maybe a bigger of a signing bonus so it doesn't affect the cap space. You know what I'm saying? Like give him a bigger signing bonus and say, here, look, we're going to give you the same pay as TJ Watt and see what it does. Because if he's asking for 30 million and then, or, you know, 30 million, whatever, and then if you're like saying, well, we'll give you 25 and blah, 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 like he's not going to go for that. Like get him something. And I guarantee you when it's all said and done, we're going to be looking at it. He's going to get close to 29 to 30 million. Then we're all going to be saying that, like, was this all unnecessary if he got it anyway? You know what I'm saying? Why was all this dragging of his contract situation for nothing when you paid him pretty much what he wanted in the first place? Like, it's, to me, it's foolishness. Just pay the man, because he, you know, like you said, his
they have
dad.
Plenty of time, Sim. Like the season could be starting soon. They had an entire fucking off season.
Yeah.
The 49ers had to wait till the last fucking minute to do shit. Like they had plenty of time.
Yeah, I agree with Miriah. Like, nothing, like, nah, you knew this was coming. Here's the thing, you know it was coming. So if all your job is to negotiate contracts, you should have been thinking about this like in November. Okay, like the season's almost over. What are we gonna do? Like, you know, like I don't. Yeah, I feel we've had plenty of time to draw up a historic contract. Like, you know who's on the books, you know who's not, you know who's coming. You know, well, you know who you want to keep and who you don't want to keep. Let's put it that way. So if you already know all that, and if my job is to sit in an office and keep my head in the books on the salary cap situation and negotiate contract, there's no way I'm not having this done at least until, you know, when we start doing like the combine. When we start doing the combine and free agency was back in March. You mean to tell me from March till now they don't have the numbers put in? That's foolishness. Like, I'm sorry, I can't ride with that one.
All right, make sure you got your numbers in for this Nick Bosa. We're drawing right now. We're going to talk about Kinlaw. I saw your question, Melissa. Kinlaw is on the list to talk about. All right.
Let me go back to where the first number was again. Brian Cope again with 3. That's funny.
It takes forever to share. Okay. $62.
Okay. Let me see here.
62.
Closest I see so far is 57. No, it might be again. Let me see.
What?
Yeah, number 62. The closest I've seen so far was 57, and it was her.
Oh my
She's
gosh.
picking all her favorite players, and it's working out for her. You need to go with 44 next, is he?
44.
This is crazy. Hold on.
Is it?
Yeah, I'm just taking my time. I don't want people jumping down my throat. Pause. Yep, it's Izzy again. Number 57 is the closest. That's
Congrats,
crazy.
Melissa.
You
Melissa's
really need to
now
go play that. You
spots.
need to go play that lottery in Jersey.
Melissa has spots 1, 2, and 3 on the final wheel so far.
That's wild. Even Symmetry is like, are you kidding me? He's like, unreal.
All right, you guys are the ones letting her win. You're not guessing better numbers, so
Yeah.
I don't know what to tell you. You guys better start guessing better. Let's go with Trey Lance for our fourth giveaway.
Hey, Steve-O, I had to look at your comment. I had to take a double take. I was like, what did he put?
Trey Lance, get your numbers
Izzy's
in.
World.
1 through 100. Good luck.
Get them numbers in, folks. Starting at 12:49 Pacific Standard Time.
That's nutso.
Nutso. Okay.
Bonkers.
All right. The Shaw Show number
What's
1
up,
with
Miriah?
44. He put 44 after I said Izzy used 44. For all of you that don't know, I always mess with Izzy because Kyle Juszczyk's one of my favorite players on the team just because of his position, because I was a fullback, and then Izzy can't stand the guy. So it's funny to me.
All right, let's talk about Kinlaw. Kinlaw spoke at the podium yesterday. He, like, I would be worried when Kinlaw would go to the podium in prior years, because he would just like, I was just scared that the media is going to ask the wrong questions, or like, his answers are just like off the wall sometimes. And I'm just like so worried that he's going to end up saying something that's going to get him in trouble. But wow, like he came to the podium yesterday and was up there joking around with the guys, like had such a great attitude, and I'm not saying he had a shitty attitude before, but like it just seemed like before, and I know how it is dealing with pain and shit. You're like you're on edge at all times, so like I completely understand. But he talked about being in a better mental space. So far, like he hasn't missed a day of training camp, mini camp, nothing, like knock on wood. You talked about they're running trick plays with him coming off the edge. They even asked him about that in the presser, and he's like, I've been trying to tell you guys, like I'm different, like I'm a beast, like, but he just hasn't been healthy. Do you think this is finally going to be the season that Kinlaw can stay healthy and actually show why he was drafted?
If you mean by stay healthy that he gives us more than 10 games, I say yes. I think he can do that. He looks, I think it was Gary or somebody said he looks great. Like, and he looks amazing. He looks a lot more thin. He just looks like more lean cut and stuff. So yeah, I mean, and I'll say, and it sucks because I'm not gonna sit here and say like he wasn't working hard previous years. I'm never gonna sit there and question a man's work ethic unless I know that
My
his
balls
work
are
ethic
bigger than all
sucks.
yours, so
Yeah, I doubt it. But anyway, let's. So yeah, I'm never gonna question. I mean, like Debo, came in out of shape. Like, yeah, the man's work ethic that year sucked. Like we can all see that. He even admitted that. But Kinlaw can't sit here and say like, oh, his work ethic stuff. They've always been talking to him for the last couple of years. He works his tail off. He comes in. He practices hard. So, in saying that,
no pause.
if let's just say he has a great year stopping the run, gives us about 5 sacks, whatever the case may be, I'm still not giving him an extension.
No, hell no. We talked about that, but
it's because the simple fact of, I mean, it's going to be in question. We're going to be sitting there, oh, what can we do, and whatever the case may be. If he's ready to come back on a team friendly deal, where he can, which I doubt, but I'm saying team friendly deal where like there's like medical, like medical causes or something, or you know what I mean? Like if it says like, okay, like if you play this many snaps, you get this much. It's, he gets paid per performance, and I'm cool with that. But give him an extension. I just don't see it happening. Somebody, I don't know who said it. He's auditioning for Houston. That could be possible.
Yeah.
And I just can't. To me, I'm just reluctant to sit here and just be like, like why now? Why in a contract year are you showing this extra edge? That to me bothers me. And like I said, not questioning his worth ethic, but it's just I question that. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like you've had this, you're going on your fourth year, and every year it's always been an issue until your contract year. Now you're in the best shape of your life. Now you're healthy. Now there's probably going to be times where maybe he is hurt and he's going to push through because he wants that deal.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's
Like
just the
you're
way.
gonna
That's just
play through everything this
oh, for
year,
sure.
right? Like
Yeah, my knee
maybe
is
he
swell.
could have
Yeah.
played, an extra 5 games, but he
Yep.
had a little something, well, that
Yeah.
little something you can all of a sudden play through when it's contract year.
Exactly. So yeah, I wish the best for him. I mean, a great if he plays great, that's only going to be a blessing for this defense. Because if you get a healthy Kinlaw that plays well, along with Armstead, Hargrave, and a Bosa and a Drake Jackson, the list goes on. If he plays great off the bench, that's amazing. Like you kill two birds with one stone because you can bring him in on certain package, like you said, bringing him off the edge, whatever the case may be. So I have nothing but high hopes for this young man. Unfortunately, I feel like next year he'll be on another team because we just won't be able to either afford him or, God forbid he gets hurt again. So
Yep. Emiliano, what's up? I see you. Get your numbers in. Trey Lance, we're drawing right now. Effed up knees. No, of course not. But what we're saying is that if he had, besides the knees, if you have, and this is any player, not just Kinlaw, if you have a little something that's bothering you, you're going to more likely
yeah,
play through it. We're
yeah,
not
like a
saying he's
sore
trying
ankle.
to,
Yeah,
not through his knee plate.
yeah, we're not talking
That's
about that.
a whole different
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, we're not talking about that. Like you said, if it's like, if he has a sore ankle, which last year, years prior, he might say, it's not worth me going out there and hurting something else. But if his knees are feeling okay, and if he does have a sore ankle, he could easily just be like, I'm gonna push through this because I'm trying to get this money. That's all we're saying.
Yep. All right. Let's draw. If you guys let Melissa win again, I'm ending the stream. I'm just going to press the end button. Because you guys are really bad guessers if that's the case. Good luck, everybody. $70.
Okay. Started off with the Shaw Show.
What the
So
hell
let me
did
work
she
my way down.
guess this time?
Tanya got 65, so we'll see what's cracking here. Tanya got the closest so far. Sam, no, 83, a little too high. Oh, Bebop got 71. Let me see if anybody else is on the money.
Ooh. Bebop-a-roni. You guys are letting the East Coast clean up.
Yep, Bebop's the winner.
Congrats, Bebop-a-roni. Bebop will be number 4 on the end wheel. All right, let me get the next one up. Give me 1 second. All right, let's see.
All from the same part of the coast, too, Pennsylvania and Jersey.
Yeah, no, crazy.
2 states I've actually been to.
Let's end with a Fred Warner and a CMC.
Okay.
We'll do 6. We'll have 6 on the final wheel. So let's go with Fred Warner. If I could get this damn tape off.
Symmetry keeps saying rigged. No, you're just a bad guesser, bruh. I'm looking forward to your Houston Rockets to see how good they play this year. Fred Warner.
Fred Warner. Get those numbers in 1 through 100. Good luck, everybody. And you're going to have fast time, so get them in fast. All right, let's talk a little bit about some kickers.
All right.
Obviously, we know that Zane Gonzalez is still on the team. We know that Money Moody has been killing it. But from all accounts, I mean, it seems like when one misses from a certain, the other one misses. You know, like they seem to be making from the same spots. So I think a big concern for Zane Gonzalez was whether he was going to be okay coming out of his injury. And it seems like, you know, the leg's holding up so far. Obviously, we're not keeping two kickers on the team, right?
No, not even close.
So far in these preseason games, there's been a few teams that their kickers have been terrible. Do you think we end up as it gets closer? Now, keep in mind, obviously, other teams know the 49ers ain't going to keep two kickers either. So they could be very well waiting for the 49ers to cut one. But do you think a team tries to beat out that and we can end up trading him for something?
Oh,
Whether it's
yeah,
a
absolutely.
seventh, a sixth, you know, anything.
Absolutely. I mean, because people can sit there and say, "Oh, I'm going to wait till the 49ers cut him," but there's a pecking order. So, these teams going to have bids over you. So, if you're fearful that maybe there could be five teams that are looking for a Zane Gonzalez, then yeah, you're going to have to sit here and say, you know what, and for me to guarantee him on my team, I'm going to go ahead and go with the sixth round pick, because I'll take a sixth round pick for a kicker who can make consistent kicks and maybe win me some games, then didn't have a chance of losing him. So yeah, I think we can trade him for a sixth or seventh, or even if we do something like like a swap, like a swap of six round picks. Whoever has a better pick gets it, or whatever. So you keep your pick, but we just get the better pick. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I do believe. I mean, if he keeps showing what he's doing, and I'm sure he's going to be showcased tomorrow in
Yeah.
preseason. So I'm sure they're going to let him kick, and I think Moody will get some too, but he'll probably kick the second half. So let's just say Zane Gonzalez kicks the second half, and he's just looking lights out. Yeah, I can see us getting something from, which will be another win-win situation. Because so
Yeah.
yeah.
And it's media. I mean, teams all have kickers on their team right now. But like I
hmm
said, like Dallas, we know that they had a terrible kicker situation. So
Oh
they have
my
a couple guys
gosh.
competing. Yesterday, I forget who was playing, but they had somebody, their kicker missed like three different freaking kicks yesterday.
Yeah.
One of the teams I was watching earlier, their kicker's missing. So, you know, if
hmm
teams are, you know, not feeling confident about their kicker situation, why would
Yeah.
you not want to better that going into the season? We
Absolutely.
see what not having a kicker did to Dallas.
Mm.
Like they literally lost games because of their kicker. Like
Yeah.
I don't,
Robbie Gold's still out there.
yeah,
So that's another one too who might get a look late.
I don't know. Is he
Some
even trying to?
Yeah, maybe not. I mean, I feel like a place like Dallas might be a good spot for him, because half the games you kick indoors. You know what I mean? And then you don't have to worry about the weather too much until you go to like the Philly and stuff like that. But he's used to kicking in it because of him being in Chicago. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen. But yeah, I think there could be a chance somebody trades for Zane if they feel like there's a fear that there could be six or seven teams that are looking to upgrade that kicking position.
Yep. Because I put out a tweet earlier, and like it's that way with a few positions. Obviously, with quarterback, you know, like we know we're not carrying four quarterbacks going into the season. So it's like
Yeah,
you have people that are playing for spots that you know damn well, you know, like, okay, this team doesn't need me. They're not going to keep me. You know, it's just a matter of time before cutout dates, you know. And it's just like he's one of those guys, like, you know, for damn fact, a team's not carrying two kickers, no matter what.
for
You know,
sure.
there's not
Yeah,
no possible way in hell that he's going to be on this team. So it's like, why don't you like do him the favor and try to get rid of him a little bit earlier? You know, like move him so he can at least get situated with his team. Like, you know, you're not keeping the guy.
yeah,
Like,
for
get rid of
sure.
his ass. And then Moody can just get all the reps. You know, he's a rookie. He needs it anyway.
Yeah.
Shit, ain't fucking rocket science. All right. Got your numbers in, Fred Warner? Let's do these two fast. I see your question about Mitchell. We'll come back to that throwback. Let me draw this winner. All right.
All
I
right.
appreciate all of you for hanging out with us. Alrighty, alrighty. Good luck, good luck. Fred Warner.
Ooh.
57.
All right. I got
Why do
Don
I
who kicked it
why do I feel
off.
like
Don
Melissa
kicked it off with 54.
won
I know
this?
Don. Yeah, see, Don kicked out with 54. Let me see what Izzy did this time. Oh
Okay.
no, Izzy got 65. So no, if she would have did Dre Greenlaw one more time, she would have got it on the money. Let me see. Ooh, hold on. Got Tanya with 55. So
I
54,
appreciate it, Melissa.
55.
Tanya, say ow.
Okay. Yep. Looks like Tanya won this one with 55.
Congrats, sis.
You ain't lying,
Fred
Tanya. You said
Warner.
the West Coast was going to end with a bang. So
There you go. All right, we're gonna close. All right, so let me get Tanya. She's gonna be number 5 on the final wheel. One more spot open. Who's gonna get it?
and Sim's funny. He said he's 0 and 532 in this game.
We
his
got
guesses ain't even
CMC.
close. CMC.
CMC, get those numbers in 1 through 100. Good luck, everybody. And we're gonna do it short, so get them in fast. What did I say we're gonna come back to?
Okay, Dawn number 1 in the building again, 59. All right, let me star you real quick. All
right, so Elijah Mitchell. Unfortunately, he just can't freaking stay healthy. He's hurt again. It's like he's so good too. That's what I hate. Is like when you see a player that has so much potential, like you've seen what he, not even just potential, you've seen what he can do. You know, like he put this team on his back and carried us through games as a rookie. And it's like, and he just can't stay freaking healthy. And it's like, we know for a fact that he's trying to put on weight. He's trying to put on muscle. He told us that from his own mouth when we met him. Like he was trying to prep his body to stay healthy for the season, and went into the season and wasn't healthy the entire season, basically.
Yeah.
Like he would come back and he was out again. Come back, he was out again. Like I haven't seen somebody come back and go out so many times as this guy in his first couple of years. At least with Kinlaw, he's just out. You know, like you're not expecting him to play. Like you already know he's going to be out. But it's like man, it's like Elijah Mitchell comes back, he runs hard for one game, and something happens. So, I mean, I don't know. Does the team even give up draft capital for somebody that can't stay healthy? You know, like, or do you think the 49ers, what do you think that they end up doing with Elijah Mitchell now that he's like, because if he was healthy, obviously this would be like, I thought the 49ers could trade him if he was healthy. But the fact that he already started this training camp off with another injury, like that's what makes it difficult, I think.
Yeah. It's funny how you mentioned he told us out of his own mouth about him wanting to put on weight so he can, handle the punishment of the NFL. And that was the first thing he told us. Like he was just like, I was like, hey, how you doing, bro? It's nice to meet you. It was like, I'd love to see you on the field. He's like, yeah, I'm working my butt off to put some weight on. And he looked a little bit bigger too, huh? He looked bigger. He was like, I'm working to put some weight on so I can endure this punishment. And then the very next year he didn't play harder, like you said. I think last year, I think you brought up the numbers. We kept 4 running backs. This year, I kind of thought we'd only keep 3, just because, we have Christian McCaffrey now, and I feel like, I don't know. It's just it's hard for me to say. I don't think nobody trades for him though. I wouldn't be surprised if we kept him just for another year. I think he's like in the last year of his deal too, right? Like he's just it might just play out for us and just be done. Like you said, it just sucks because he's so good. He's so good. I think like last year he was averaging almost 7 yards a carry when he was in. Like the dude can play. It's just unfortunate that the man just has nagging injury after nagging injury. I mean, the man got put on short-term IR, missed 4 games, comes back, gets hurt again, goes back on it. I'm just like, oh my God, like this dude just cannot stay healthy. I think, the running back position is such in a bad place right now anyway. So, and he's not even old. I want to say he's only like 25. Like he's super young, but man, it's just, I just don't see nobody trading for him. If they do, it'll be a late rounder. It'll be like a 7th, just to see, like maybe I can get a couple years out of him because the man is talented. It's just unfortunate
maybe one of the teams that have some branch, like
the Titans or somebody, or Titans or Bengals or somebody like that. Zach Taylor, it's kind of similar sentence, but yeah, it's I feel bad. I feel bad for people like that. Like, it's one thing when a player is terrible and always hurt, but it's worse when the man has talent and he can be a number two back, probably on 80% of the rosters out there. Like, he's good. Like, I feel like he has starting capability. It's just the man
Yeah.
just always hurt. So yeah, I don't think he gets traded. I think he probably can stay with us one more time I think this will be his last year playing on this team. And then I think he'll move on somewhere else. It's sad though, because he's so good.
Yep, I agree. And I like watching him play too. Like he just has like that, and that's probably why he gets hurt, right? Like he has aggressive running style. Like he's
Yeah,
just gonna plow through people. Like he don't
yeah,
give a shit, you know?
yeah. He has that aggressive run style, but then he's kind of smooth at the same
Yeah.
time. Like, his movements are smooth. Like, he just like he's fun to watch.
Mm-hmm. Yep,
Yeah.
I like it. All right, let's do the final giveaway for CMC. Make sure you got your numbers in. Last call. Let me share this. And then we'll do a final wheel. Then we'll get out of here. You guys can enjoy your Saturday. Enjoy some football. All right. Good luck, everybody. $61.
Oh, okay. Dawn first one in the building again, got 59. So maybe the second time's a charm for you to get this W. So let me see, 61. Let me see. Dawn has 59. Let me see.
Let me get this.
Is Dawn a West Coaster? His Sim lost.
I don't think so. No, where I can't remember.
What was the number again? I'm sorry.
61.
61. Okay. Yep, it's Dawn, Northern California. Okay.
Oh, okay. I couldn't
Dawn's the
remember. I'm
winner.
like, I know her address, but I can't keep track. All right, Dawn, congrats. You're going to be number 6 on the final wheel.
So Dawn, I know I live here in Vegas, but I don't know what part of Northern California you're from. So I'm originally from San Jose, California, and then I moved to Fresno, and I was raised like in the Central Valley. So I don't know how if you're from are you from Fresno area or if you're more from the Bay Area?
All right. So again, the final wheel is for these two. Got Fred Warner numbered card, and then Elijah Mitchell numbered card as well. We got Melissa with spots 1, 2, and 3. Bebop with spot 4. Tanya spot 5, and Dawn spot 6. All girls and one Bebop-aroni boy. Who's gonna win? Can Bebop stand tall for the fellas? Or the girls gonna clean house?
Okay, Dawn, I know where that's at, Paradise.
Let's see. Let's do this, and then we'll talk for a couple of minutes about the game tomorrow, and then we're gonna get out of here.
All right. Ty, don't forget Ty in spot 7.
All right, and this is going to be the last person that's left. So the last man or woman standing. So if you get picked first, you didn't win. So remember, the last person left on the wheel is the winner. All right, good luck, everybody. Oh, Dawn's off. Sorry, Dawn. Uh-oh, did it remove? No.
No, it didn't. It's still there.
Why the hell is it always making? All right, so 4. If it lands on 6 again, then we already know that one's out. So 4 is gone. Bebop's gone. Don's gone. So we got Melissa, Melissa, and Tanya.
Oh wow.
Does Tanya stand strong with number 5? Melissa gone. One of hers. Melissa and Tanya. Who's it gonna be? It's Melissa's gone. All
Ooh.
right. So we know number 6 is already off. So
Yeah, so 2 and
2 and
5.
5. Dang. Who's it gonna be? Atlanta. And Melissa ends up winning with number 2.
Almost, Tanya. Odds were
Thanks.
against you though.
Dang, she almost got it. That would have been
She
crazy.
did. I'm saying, it was crazy.
Congrats, Melissa. Let me add these to your bag.
Hey Tanya, I haven't really been paying attention, but how's that house hunting going? Did you get what you want, or are you still searching?
So Melissa, dang, she cleaned house today. Look at
Yeah, she
Melissa's
did.
winnings. Juwan
Yeah.
Jennings, Drake Jackson, Nick Bosa, Fred Warner, Elijah Mitchell, all from one show.
And there's still 2 cards I have to send her myself. So she's cleaning up. She's gonna get like 7 more cards in the next month.
Congrats, everybody. All right, so 49ers finally play football tomorrow against the Raiders. My best friend texts me that she has an extra ticket for tomorrow's game. So as long as I can make it work with the wifey, hopefully I'll be at tomorrow's game. But yeah, what do you? Obviously, we know they came out and said Trey Lance is starting. We know probably Sam will play the second half. What are kind of you? Obviously, preseason we know, but I mean, we do have some battles going on right now. So, what are you looking to see from this game?
I want to see the execution of this offensive line. I need you guys to step up and keep these quarterbacks healthy, whether it's Sam Darnold or Trey Lance. Like, we don't need a quarterback injury already. You know what I mean? This so early in the season. We need all quarterbacks on deck come September 10th. So offensive line step up, Colton McKivitz, Spencer Burford. You need to go out there and do your thing and keep these quarterbacks upright and keep their uniforms clean. So that's that's to me that's the most important thing I'm looking at. Like, that offensive line doing what they need to do. I'm looking at that third linebacker battle. I heard it's stiff. Like, I heard where Marcelo McCurry Ball, Orrin Brooks, and I heard that Jalen Graham, not D Winters, is actually up for that spot. Like, Jalen Graham, he's a former safety like Fred Warner was. So, he knows like that coverage ability and stuff like that. So yeah, I feel like, and I heard nothing but good things from Jalen Graham. And I was watching some tape on him. I'm like, man, he really plays like another Aziz Al-Shaair. I feel like they found them like a mirror guy who plays like that. But Marcelino McCurry Ball, man, that dude is gifted too. Like,
Mm-hmm.
and he looks like he was chiseled like out of a rock.
Yeah.
Like, they just, I mean, dude is ripped. So yeah, that spot. I'm looking at. I think Isaiah Oliver probably has a nickel on pretty much his
Mhm.
spot to lose. But yeah, I don't know. That nickel spot, I want to see what Samuel Womack can go out there and do, and some of these other guys. And then of course, who can separate themselves at wide receiver? Can Ronnie Bell and Danny Gray. And what's good about it is Trey Lance and Sam Darnold both are gifted throwers. They both have a good deep ball pause. So, I feel like Danny Gray, Tame Martin, and Ronnie Bell will get used in a good manner where they can beat the field deep, go deep down the field. So, and then like I said, last but not least, the quarterback position. Let's see what Trey and Sam can do. Right now I feel like Trey Lance is a leader in the clubhouse for number 2, and Sam is third. But yeah, what I want to see from Trey is I want to see quick decision making. I told you this before. I feel like God works in mysterious ways. I feel like Trey sitting on the bench all last year after game 2, he got to watch 2 quarterbacks execute this offense. Jimmy played well last year, 16 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. Brock Purdy obviously did his thing. So I'm looking for Trey Lance, hopefully he looks back and he said, okay, now I understand what Kyle wants. I understand what he's looking for. So if Trey Lance can execute and hit these layups that we've all been talking about, hit these layup throws, these short to intermediate routes, and is a quick decision maker, he needs to go out there and make it hard on Kyle and shorten that leash to be like, man, Trey Lance is looking really good, and I think you and I have said this on multiple shows. I feel like if Trey can do the things well that Brock Purdy can do, Brock Purdy already does well, it'll take him to another level because Brock Purdy can't do the things that Trey Lance can do. You can't teach height, you can't teach athleticism, you can't teach speed, and you dang sure can't teach arm strength. Brock Purdy will never have Trey Lance's arm strength. So if Trey Lance can execute the short throws and short intermediate routes, be a quick decision maker, it's going to take Trey to another level to where it's going to make it hard on Kyle. For Sam Darnold, just don't have any turnovers. I want to see the kind of similar stuff from you. I want Kyle and John to earn their money. Make it hard to be like who's QB1, who's QB2, and who's QB3. Like make it tough on all of them. Like they get paid millions, make their job tough. But Sam, 90 turnovers and 55 starts is unheard of. That's crazy. See if you can clean that up for us. See if you can go out there and execute and don't fumble the ball and don't put the ball in harm's way. And that's what I'm looking at.
Yeah, sounds good. Sim says, have a good Saturday, y'all. Be good. Appreciate it, Sim. Same to you, brother. Much love. Don says, got to get the girls and myself ready to go to the water park. Hope you all have an amazing Saturday. Let's go Niners.
Nice.
Have a great time, Don. Have fun.
Water park's always fun.
Thank you all for tuning in. You guys are the greatest as always. Next week, I'm going to be starting to get back to my usual schedule. So Tuesday, I'll be back on with the guys, with Ryan and Bashar. And then I have a new show in the works. It'll be starting on Thursday with me and Steph Sanchez. So I'm really looking forward to that. We'll be streaming on both channels. So make sure you guys keep an eye out for that. And then me and Tia will be back sometime next week. He's so busy. We have to get in the schedule. So, but yeah, much love, everybody. You guys are awesome. I hope you guys all have a great weekend. Enjoy some 49ers football tomorrow. Hope the guys make it through safe and sound. No injuries. Please, God, no injuries. And yeah,
it's good
talk
to go.
you guys next week.
Yeah. Hey, Tanya, I saw what you put or somebody put in a bid. So, everything happens for a reason. That house wasn't meant to be. So, I'm going to sit there and pray for you, get the house that you're really looking for. So, yeah. And you're a great person. You're a hard worker. So I know it's going to happen for you. So.
Yep. All right, fam. We're out of here. Much love. We'll see you guys next week.